Trailblazers take on the Toronto Raptors tonight. The Raptors will be without R.J. Barrett, Jacoby Walter, Jakob Poeltl, and Chucky Hepburn. Colin Murray-Boyles, I'm getting mixed information about. He's questionable, but he's listed as out. So this is from TSN Canada. So I don't know. The question becomes...
ESPN has him listed as a game-time decision.
Okay, so we'll go as questionable. Yeah, there you go. I like that. Deni Avdija last night re-aggravates the back, does the old man walk to the back. If the Raptors are going to be shorthanded, this is maybe a game before you go out on this road trip in unspeakable depths of cold.
Yeah.
Where you're going to be sitting on runways, sitting on tarmac, sitting in the hotel. You're not going to be going outside. There's 2 feet of snow expected in Boston. Maybe let Deni chill tonight.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, I think.
Right?
You know?
So for those that don't know, Deni left the game after playing under 20 minutes last night with his back being a little bit aggravated. There was no, individual incident. He didn't hit the ground hard. You didn't see him, sky for a rebound and tweak it. Just backs, when they don't cooperate. You need the old backiotomy or spinal.
Yeah. Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
Right? It's one of those situations where it's like so many things in your body. Unless it's an upper body, as in limbs, arms. If it's not 100%, it's one of those things that can get re-aggravated and just linger and linger and linger. And nobody's healthy throughout the season. Guys play with stuff that general fans don't know or hear about regularly.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime I hear Achilles, calf, hamstring, quad, back, neck, I'm always don't like that. Let's make sure we treat that. Let's take care of that. Maybe I'm a bit of a worrywart with those kind of things, but I don't want to mess with those.
Well, backs are tricky. You don't want to mess with the back.
No, but here's the other part of this. This is a back-to-back, so Rob's not going to play. How does Drew feel today? How does Jeremy feel today? You know what I mean? If you're going to rest Deni, were you already planning on resting the other guys? Because those guys were on minutes restrictions. So it gets maybe a little bit dicey if you're looking at this and going, hey, this is a game we think we can win.
Mm-hmm.
If we have at least, Drew and Jeremy, or if we just have Deni, however that ends up looking. But the question I started asking is, should it matter? Because you're not competing for a title this year. But this is a game you by all intents and purposes, you should have an opportunity to win. Now, I know that they're home favorites, but I think it's because they're playing on a back-to-back and Deni's questionable.
Mm-hmm.
But are you looking at this as in we kind of need to push for this? Because I don't think they're in a position where they should or could be looking at that. Do you?
I'm sorry, looking at what? I'm distracted here for a second.
No, you're fine. The idea of maybe having a guy play, who maybe shouldn't play, but it would be better to get a little bit of rest for.
Yeah, no, especially if you're heading out, because the next back-to-back is Monday, Tuesday, right?
Indeed. We have the weekend off, and it's a back-to-back, was it Boston, Washington?
So, yeah, give him the night off, give him the next 2 days. Like you said, a lot of that's going to be travel and sitting in a plane on a tarmac and with all that weather going on. So
you're not going outside. You're not going. And it's a bummer for him because he's going back to D.C.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure he's got a ton of friends, the community, and all that kind of stuff that comes with that.
Yeah.
But it's also going to be snowpocalypse.
Right, exactly.
So how about no, Bob?
Yeah, just sit him. Just sit him.
Right?
Yeah.
And I say that to me is the smaller question. The bigger question is that you're considering it is, have expectations changed?
For the team, for this season?
Yes.
I mean, look, we talked about it in hour number 1 and their path forward for the rest of the season, how they have the second easiest remaining schedule. And it's hard to say being on track for a 41-win season.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say that will change the expectations. It might.
I mean, I had somebody tell me last night the Blazers are going to win 50 games.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Fire up the acronym now. The Blazers are going to win the championship.
But I think, yes, you were expected, what do we say, opened early before the season
at
34 and a half. We'll call it 35.
35.
Okay, sure. Sounds good. So, yeah, winning 41 when you're projected to win 35, it's nice, but I don't know how much it changes expectations moving forward.
Nope. perfect timing. Got ESPN on over my shoulders. I looked up real quick. The Lakers started the season 15-4. They are 11-13 in the last 24 games.
Mm-hmm.
Ebbs and flows of seasons.
Yes.
Are the Blazers hitting one of their ebbs and flows where the ebb was, early December and the flow is into January?
Yeah, because basically since December 28th, they've got, 9, 11 out of 14. 11-3 since December 28th.
It's pretty good. Somebody just texted in trade for Cat. No. No. Let me say that again.
Are you pulling out the Bugs Bunny meme?
No. I don't want to rehash that again. If you find me a trade that makes sense, I'll sign off. I'm not talking about we'll trade for Wemby. No. Like, find me a deal that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, you send me one on Twitter that actually has something to it. I'm like, oh, this addresses this. This addresses this. This makes sense. Even if it's not my favorite, I'll say, yeah, no, I like that idea. You're thinking outside the box, or I think you're on the right path. Trading for Karl Anthony Towns is that's not a path you want to be on.
No.
I mean, I don't even want to like debate it. We did it the other day. It's the whole idea of like what that is.
Yeah.
It's like you want to talk about mediocrity. You want to talk about getting stuck somewhere. That's how you do that. You make a transaction too soon. I know we are less than 2 weeks away from the NBA trade deadline. And I've had a bunch of people ask me, do you think the Blazers are going to do anything? My default position for basically every team in the NBA is that they won't make transactions at the trade deadline. Now, how does that change? Well, every organization, every team. We played the clip of Michael Winger, the president of the Wizards, who was asked by the athletic writer for the Wizards and Magic, Robbins, for the last couple of years. Do you regret trading away Deni Avdija? And I thought Winger did a really good job addressing this. The summary of it all is he didn't say no. He was careful to not say no. That was well done by him. He said, we're happy for Deni. We have friends in Portland in the organization. Like, we have a good relationship with those guys.
Yeah.
We wish him the best. We thought Deni did have more in him, but we needed to take a step back. We needed to reset. We needed to get guys on the same kind of timeline, and Deni didn't make sense for us right there.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because when Deni was traded a year and a half ago, you heard Tim Bontemps say, well, he doesn't make any sense for the Blazers because he's still so young. It's like he's ready to compete right now. And it's like, well, is he too young or is he ready to compete right now? Because he's 6 or 8 months older than Cade Cunningham. But I thought it was interesting because it painted the picture of where organizations are at. Every organization has different goals they're trying to accomplish, whether it's resetting a timeline, whether it's clearing cap, whether it's making their books make more sense, whether it's adding to a team like the Knicks. The Knicks are looking around like they're the ones trying to trade Cat. Why? Because they feel like something doesn't quite make sense.
Right.
They've got Brunson, they've got Bridges, they've got Anunoby, like they've got Josh Hart, but like, this doesn't, I don't know. This is kind of a weird spot. When the Pacers made the move for Pascal Siakam, they saw that as an opportunity, and they got to the NBA Finals out of it. But you also have teams like the Phoenix Suns, who Kevin Durant wanted out. Oh, the Suns, are they better off without Kevin Durant in a vacuum? No. But are they making more sense now? Is there more clarity to the team? Yes. And so when you're looking at the Trailblazers, what's the clarity that you need right now? If you look at this Portland Trailblazers team right now, what is the clarity that you need right now? Are there players on this team that are not getting minutes because they are blocked out by players? Is there any of those guys on this roster?
No. There's players right now that are not getting minutes because they're hurt, and they seem to be frequently hurt, and so that's why it's hard to get a grasp on exactly what you've got in Scoot Henderson. You know what I mean? The other guys that are hurt, Matisse, we know what he is, but investing in a number 3 draft pick and in his 3rd season, is that where we're at? And we still don't quite know exactly what he is. That's where we need. I think that's their biggest point where we need clarity. Okay,
the injury non-permissive or non-permitting here.
Okay,
is there anybody else that you need clarity on?
Let's see here. Deeper down the bench, you got Ryan Repair. You know what I mean? What exactly is he going to be?
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't see. Doesn't seem like he's developed a ton since they got him. I realize he's a late second round guy, and you're not. That's not something where you typically count on them being like, "Hey, this guy's going to bust out."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it would nice to see something.
Somebody just texted in, what's your outlook on the next 3 years? I think the next 8 months are huge for this team. I said it last night on Rip City Wrap Up. I believe that they are in that period, and we talked about this in the first hour, where you look at this team and you go, they are the move away from the move.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a guy in Deni Avdija.
Yeah.
I think Donovan has shown real growth this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think Giroux has been a massive steadying force for this team.
Absolutely.
I think Jeremy's been phenomenal as a sixth man. Shaedon has been productive, even if he has these times where he wanes and then he shines.
Mm-hmm.
You want more consistency there, but you can't argue with his production right now. You want the efficiency to come up. You want the turnovers to go down. You want to see growth as a playmaker. But you don't have impediments to guys getting opportunity right now, with the exception of injury. Like Donovan, they cleared the table for Donovan to be a starter, and has Donovan delivered?
Yeah.
They cleared the table for Deni to be the guy. Has Deni delivered?
Yep.
Shaedon earned the starting spot, and even when he has those weird nights or weird halves, has he delivered?
Mm-hmm.
Just go down like Caleb Love and Sidy Sissoko, given an opportunity, have they delivered? The next question is, how do you go from mediocre-ish to good to great? Because you got to go from like the 500-ish team to pretty damn good.
Right.
How do you go from good to great? That is a question the Detroit Pistons are asking right now.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham is him.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Duren is a dude. Asar Thompson is a dude.
Mm-hmm.
They're still a player away.
Yeah.
What do they do to go from good to great?
Well, yeah, you got to go get your dude.
And that's the thing is, I don't think the Trailblazers are at the stage of going and getting the dude just yet.
Yeah.
And no,
because as good as Deni has been this year, I don't think he is your dude moving forward. Number two,
I think I push back against that now.
Yeah, I think if he's your number two, you're in a great spot.
If he's your number two, you are a title contender.
So, I mean, I just
27, 7, and 7.
Yeah,
there's 4 or 5 guys in the league who do that.
Right.
On high efficiency.
Right. I understand. I just it just maybe it's how can I put this delicately? I don't know. It just doesn't. He just doesn't. To me, doesn't feel like the dude. He's very good, and it seems like I guess I'll put it this way: on mediocre-ish teams, even somebody's got to score.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have somebody's gonna be your leading scorer, right? And so that's what you go and you look at some of your guys on say like the Wizards or the Nets, some of your bottom teams, the Pacers. Somebody's gonna go out there and lead your team in scoring. Now, did we expect 26 and 7 and 7? Absolutely not.
No.
But the points and the rebounds and the assists have to come from somewhere.
But oftentimes they don't.
Right. No,
that's the thing. It's like people want to make the the big stats or empty stats low win team. This team's a game above 500. And he's only missed a couple of games. Somebody asked me, at what point in time, as it pertains to Deni, at what point in time do you think that he's this guy? Okay, so if you take his 40 games this year and the 30 games that he closed with, you have almost an entire season of him doing that, of 25, 7, and 7. I don't, off the top of my head, I can't think of a player that had that kind of production over that period of time with that level of efficiency that didn't end up being that dude. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And I know some people probably hesitate to it because it's not Dame pulling up from 30 feet. It's not Steph hitting 10 threes. It's not Jokic putting up, triple-double after triple-double. It's not Luka manipulating the floor. It's not, it's quasi-Giannis, but it's not Giannis barreling to the rim 30 times a game. But it has elements of those guys.
Right.
It's a weird spot where I feel like it's very weird in this sense. I compared him to Jason Tatum's stat line over the last couple of years. who's another guy in the NBA who people are like, I don't know if he's the dude for a long time,
Right.
was Tatum.
Yep.
I mean, again, great player, not my Huckleberry.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm starting to, I just kind of made that connection. It's like, is Deni one of those guys where he's just that good, but for whatever reason, he's not everyone's Huckleberry?
Right.
I don't know. It's just it's a weird
That's
spot.
probably a good comp.
So very different players.
Yes.
But their production and how overwhelming it is,
Right.
maybe not necessarily appreciated the way it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm one of those guys with Tatum. He's like, visually, he's just not my guy.
Yeah.
And I think probably people look at Deni and probably see the same thing, and they look down the box score and they see his 38 and 8, and you go, when did that happen?
Exactly, right?
Like last night, he was on pace for he played less than 20 minutes. He had 27 and 4.
Yeah.
In 18 minutes of action.
Yeah, and he'd also shot basically
Lights
half
out.
of their free throw attempts too.
Yeah.
For the team.
I mean, he was lights out last night.
Yeah.
He was on pace for another 40 piece.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of Dame-esque where you kind of get to the point where like, you just take it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh yeah, Dame had another 33, 7 and 4 night, hit 8 threes. Oh hum.
Yeah.
Like, because he's done it so many times.
Right.
Deni has done it so many times this season.
Yeah.
For a team that's not overly productive in the wins and losses. They are above 500. It's a great spot to be for what the expectation was, but it's kind of an interesting spot.
So maybe I'm just being a little hard on the Beaver there, Ward.
There you go. It happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to be hard on the Beaver.